Welcome to
to the Extravagant Radio.
I'm your Phantom Juggalo host, DJ Booyaka, aka Holy Link, and today's topic is
Employment of today.
And at my side, my special guest, well, over the phone rather, is Jacob. Alright, let's give him a hand clap. Hold up for the hand clap. Finish hand clap.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Alright, well, first of all, it's an honor to have you on the show. We're going to be having people, yes, I've been gone for a long time. Hello, Rumble, the first timer here. How you feeling there? R to the U to the M to the B to the L to the E. Because of Rumble, folks, I'm even back. So I'm also going on YouTube, too. I'm putting it on both until YouTube finally just deletes me. So, we're talking employment of today. How do you feel about employment of today, Mr. J?
I feel like it is incredibly unfavorable for the employee. There's no more pension plans. There's no more real retirement options for the employee, as well as they can sometimes cap your salary. So you would just be forced to go find work elsewhere if you wanted to make any more money, even though you dedicated most of your life to a company. So at this point, it's just not making much sense to be an employee if you have to be.
Yes, which brings me to my problem with did you hear what you just said? And this is the problem what we're getting to, and this is why I'm even starting this show, is because the way I'm looking at employment is I don't mind working. Jacob knows me. He's been knowing me for a while. We work together, and he knows I like working hard. The problem I seem to be seeing is, now I get everybody wants to be treated equal. Fair enough. You know? Here's the equality part, though. We have an equal chance and an equal opportunity to do something. Now, let's say we both get this job, not you and me, but me and this other person who is lazy, right? And let's say I do a good job and this other person does not do a good job. Why are we getting paid the same after a certain amount of time? For example, I'm working at a job right now where I'm making not nearly as much as I should. All right. And then when I went, I'm doing everything I can, showing everything I can do, going above and beyond. Now, we have another dude that came in. This guy doesn't do anything. He gets there. The one thing that my boss always says, and it gets around the workplace, is, don't worry, Link will handle it. Fair enough. Link will handle it. Fair the fuck enough. But my question is, why is Link getting paid the same amount of this guy who doesn't give a shit? You see, work ethics is gone, folks. And that is the reason why it's leading, and I blame the trophy. It has to be the trophies. Everyone gets a trophy, and that's the same way we're getting treated at work, and it can't work like that. Because it's bringing down good work ethics. It is. It's bringing down good work ethics of the good people. I'm sorry.
People have realized that there's not really a reward anymore for there. Most employers won't reward your work effort.
That's what I'm talking about. So, what I want, if there's any employers who are listening to the show right now, I need you to wake up and see your good workers that are working for you.
Yeah, because recognize your good players.
And seriously, they're your diamonds in the rough at this point. Whether you realize it or not, your business is going because of them good employees. You can sit there and on your little high horse, go on your vacays because you're the boss of the company, all this bullshit. But without your good employees, your business wouldn't be shit. Period. So I highly suggest y'all start changing your tune and stop treating everybody quote unquote equally, because it's getting on my fucking nerves. Listen, you need to be qualified. This isn't about, we need to mark boxes about, put black in there so we have black. We gotta have a trans in there so we gotta have a trans in there. Stop marking your boxes and actually start marking your boxes with qualifications. That's what I'm saying.
What's interesting about that point is there's a lot of jobs that can't openly hire white folks anymore. They have to go through the board of the company.
Uh-huh.
I was reading, I think it was for a law firm. They can hire anybody who's not white without seeing the board of advisors or whatever, and But if you're going to hire a white person, it would have to be approved by the board. I'll see if I can find that article actually and send it to you so you can put it in the description and so people can see it.
Okay.
But it's definitely, it's coming down to the point where the affirmative action from like schools and the No Child Left Behind, where everyone's just trying to push everybody through.
Could you say that last part again? Affirmative action and all that, because you just started breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. No, I'm saying this is kind of like where I see the affirmative action from like colleges and other organizations coming to light in the workplace itself. People are trying to appear to be diversified, and they don't want to ever be at risk for not being diversified, so that they might be at risk of people calling them racist or, I don't know, something to that effect. It's definitely interesting, and I feel like it's only started happening in the past like 3 or 4 years that we've put such an extreme importance on racial profiling.
It does seem like they can all fuck off. And I'm not talking about any specific color. That's anybody who is not qualified for a certain position. I'm going to say that again, not qualified. I'm going to let's just use the police force, for example. And now we're going to go into some touchy waters here. But this is Extravagant Radio, and I personally don't give a fuck. Women, majority, I'm not saying all, because there are, what, folks? Exceptions to the rule. That does not make the majority. A majority of women cannot handle a warrior man out there on the battlefield. Now, you do have your women who are trained in martial arts who know how to handle themselves. Fair enough. If a woman can fairly equally handle herself as much as a man can, and they don't have to lower the bar like they did in the army now and stuff, fair enough. But my point is, you have to be qualified. If a woman's a police officer and she's out there on the street and she can't take down this perpetrator by herself because she needs the help of civilians, which has happened numerous times, that's not good for her. It's not safe for her. It's not safe for anybody. The only thing you're trying to make feel safe is her emotions. And I'm sorry, fuck your emotions. This is life. And sometimes, if you want something, you're going to have to work hard for it. Sorry, ladies. Yeah, sorry, gentlemen. Not even just ladies. You fat fuck shouldn't be a fucking police officer either. You donut-eating fucks. You need to go, but the only time you should be a cop, but behind the desk. You don't need to be running and chasing down criminals. Who are you chasing, sir? You're running out of fucking... Whatever.
No, and I think, honestly,
I need some weed.
Armed forces especially have been having a recruitment problem. So I know that they're trying to, make it a little easier for people to get into the armed forces.
Well, they shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't. They should definitely keep their standards as high as they can, because... like you said, if you're not fit to be doing the job, then you're not fit to be doing the job. And
that's not to be racial profiling. That's not to be woman or man shaming. As you just heard, as for the women, I said the same thing for the men. We don't need fat guys out there who can't handle themselves and you guys got to run down crooks and shit. That's not what we need. Now, moving along with the conversation, me and this is not the first time me and Jacob have had this rodeo talking about this very subject matter, folks. But what I will say is that he came up with a great analogy. Now, I used to look at this differently, but after he said that we were we're on a sinking boat with we're on a boat with holes on it, and the rich people have enough money to fill all the holes, right? So they're not even on a sinking boat. They're on a mansion floating on a big ass ship anywhere they want to go. They got the money to do that. We, the workers, the people that are barely hanging on in this society that we're in right now, in this workplace, we are on that. I look at it as, if y'all ever seen the Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one. Remember when Captain Jack Sparrow pops on? It's like the first scene, and then the boat's going down, and that's the ship that we're on. We're just trying to get buckets and buckets of water out. We don't have enough money to get the little clogs in there. When we do, we can clog 2 or 3. We will never be that big ship unless you hit the lottery or something like that. Good luck to you. But as far as everyone else is concerned, we're on the low bracket. But these motherfuckers need to understand that it's not about them. It's not only about them. right? I thought we're all supposed to be helping each other.
The entire system is built upon the poor not ever being able to stop being poor.
That's what it definitely
That's
seems
the
like.
entire premise. Because if the poor become financially free, then the rich people won't have workers. So they have to keep making it impossible for the lower working class to actually get out of it and to possibly retire.
Okay. So how do you think, Jacob, we can fix the situation?
Well, my answer it's not a good answer. I mean, it would work, but it's not like
It's not a good answer.
it's not a nice answer. It's already been shown that if we try to do things politically, or if we try and get things to go our way in the political manner, the politicians don't give a shit about the lower class.
Well, that's because
care.
they're gonna lose their status, right? The way they look at it, no one wants to lose their status or that unity.
Well, they don't want to go against the grain of the rich folk. If they start going against the rich folk, then the rich folk don't want to give them any money anymore to help them campaign.
Like as I said, so they're gonna lose their spot. That's all they're worried about is losing their spot, their status up there.
That's all they're worried about. So they'll push along whatever law Amazon wants them to push along, whatever law any big corporate chain wants to push through Congress will work. But you won't ever see someone who is for the worker winning an election, passing meaningful legislation. So in my opinion, the only answer is pretty much we're going to have to get to the point where all throughout history this has happened, and it's happened repeatedly. The reason we have a 5-day work week and the reason children don't work in the fucking mines anymore is because we all rioted and we were like, hey, we're going to come in there and kill you unless things change. And yeah, people died as a result of this. The workers, people died for their rights to actually have this shit happen. But if workers want better rights, they're going to have to start rioting. They're going to have to start fighting.
Not that we're saying to do this, mind you, but we're just saying if this, or this is what he's saying.
This is my opinion. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody to do this. I'm not inciting a riot.
Yes, we're only talking about how do we fix it and how could it be fixed. Clearly, we can't go the political route because everyone's going to be bought out. It's already the political way or going the way.
Is already paid for.
Yeah, that play's paid. The people can't see that court is nothing but a game, and then you're blind. Go ahead.
But yeah, you're going to have to basically, as a worker, convince your fellow workers to stand up in unison, and either you can start it non-violently, but I guarantee you, if you persist in a non-violent manner to refuse work long enough, we're gonna enter areas where the government is doing things like spraying you with fire hydrants, tear gassing you to get you out of whatever occupied area you're in for your strike. And then that's when shit goes down. If you leave, you lose. If you stay, you get abused by the government. And then you will slowly be either forced to do what you have to do because, you can't sustain yourself for that long. And that's also part of the game. You got to keep the poor man poor, because if the poor man's not poor, or if the poor man is not poor, he can sit on that strike for a very long time. If the poor man's poor, he has to strike for maybe a couple days and then get right back to work, be it a new job or whatever. He can't physically stay there that long. And that is what controls the population so bad today. Our sense of community is gone. Our sense of sticking together is gone because you literally can't. People are too worried about themselves because they don't have the means to sit out of work for a week to get a point across. And
now that you said that, and you guys could call me crazy all you want, I just thought of this now. The fact that you just said that raw alone, that's why that was another move for COVID. They want, because everyone had to be alone. They wanted everybody to be alone for a little so they can. This is really weird. But go. I'm sorry. Continue.
But they wanted control. But if we were in a situation like, this is a great example. Do you remember when the truckers were striking striking during
Yes,
COVID times?
yes, absolutely. Then they took their licenses and shit, and then they closed their freaking bank accounts. How are you able to close their bank accounts? Oh, you're about to get me wired. Oh boy, there it is. Hey!
Did you see how as well, when the community tried to come together to help the truckers, what did they do? They made it illegal to give the truckers money because that's how they control all of us.
Did you all just hear that? Did everyone just? And that's not fake news or anything like that. That's all very real. It was up in Canada, okay? And they all had right. Wasn't it Canada?
Yeah, they were stuck in Canada.
Yeah, and they couldn't do anything. They couldn't even. Man, that shit was insane. They froze these truckers' bank accounts for peaceful protesting. This wasn't BLM going breaking, rioting, acting crazy, which we're gonna get into in another conversation. Because I am by no stretch of the imagination backing up BLM at all. I'm a firm believer that almost all lives matter. Unless you're a fucking pedophile and that doesn't have a skin color on there. If you're fucking abusing children, I think you need to be erased immediately.
Yeah, just shoot you in the head and be done with it.
Or put into something called the gladiator ring. The pedo gladiator ring.
That for later.
Oh, we definitely gotta say that for later. That's such a good conversation that YouTube just seems to not like to talk about. Here, I had a great thing, y'all. I was talking about what needs to happen to pedo. Nope, YouTube. But don't worry, we could just. I got that. We're gonna put it all on Rumble. Should be fun. Should be a good time. Woo! Doesn't matter. Today's topic is employment. Next week, though, y'all are really gonna want to tune in. I'm not even gonna explain to you what the topic is, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So definitely tune in next week. But as far as employment goes right now, maybe the best thing, and no one's gonna want to hear this. I don't even like saying it. I really don't. Because I like working hard. I like to believe that, you know, you work hard, you feel good for it, your work shows. But the truth is, you employers don't give a fuck about that anymore. Nope. Fair enough. So my sickly suggestion is you can either go this route of peaceful protesting, which, as you can see, even if you do it peacefully, doesn't matter what's going to happen. They're going to control you in some way. They'll stop your bank accounts. Eventually it's going to have to turn non-peaceful. Sorry, I guess the fact really is, if you want peace, prepare for war. Seems to be a real statement. But I guess what I'm saying is, I guess we all just have to just do the bare minimum.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people have gone
I'm sorry, and I hate doing this. I hate saying that. It makes me sick because my mother raised me better than that. But fuck it. Look at, I mean, I've known Jacob for I'd say almost 2 years now. And, he knows me. I busted my ass. I bust my ass. He busts his ass. It's gotten us nowhere. No one respects it. Even if you are the great worker of your company, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but damn it, I'm good at work. What do you want? I care about my job that I do. I like to go above and beyond. My mom raised me that way. You're gonna go, and then you're gonna get places. Maybe back then. But today, it ain't getting you nowhere. No one gives a fuck about if you work hard. They just look at you like you're retarded. They're like, why are you working hard? Well, listen here.
Not only that, but the employers are just gonna take advantage of you.
Yes, they are. They're gonna be like, you know what? Just like the boss man said over at this other place. Come on, Link will handle it. Really? But you don't want to fork out any more to Link. You know? You don't want to fork out any more to another individual I know named David, who puts like fucking, seriously, he comes to work, he works 7 days a week for this company. This guy buys stuff for the kitchen for this company. Out of his own, and they don't pay him nothing, they don't give him no more. He's making the same, he should even be making more than me. I might be a great worker, and I am. But that dude even buys stuff for the fucking store and is a great worker? I'm sorry, I ain't buying nothing for your store, bro. Okay? You need to have your own store figured out. Okay? Wow. That's just mind-blowing to me, dude. I mean, whatever. My point is, I guess what we need to do as a collective is just stop working so hard, right? It's either that or you go this route. But then again, even when we stop working so hard and start making, everything's going to go to shit, and then they're just going to make computers weave us out.
I was about to bring that up. I was about to say, well, now we're getting into the area of like they don't need us anymore at all.
I mean, seriously, I really think that's why they're doing this, to make the good workers just like give up and be like, it's got to be, man. When you're looking at a broader scale, we don't really need them working anymore. We got robots. I mean, about 10 years out we are from robots doing everything. I mean, what
got kitchen robots. Like
what do we need our slaves for? We could be making more money by not, dude. We put a couple mil a year into our repairs for our. Let me act on. Let's do this. Hold on. Why? This is them around the table of high class. If you could get into a high class state, mind, Jacob, please. I'm gonna need to hear your high class over here. Attention, jolly good show. We are all here today. We're here to talk about these damn slaves that we always have to pay. These little low-life commoners, these peasants here. Listen, we all need our toilets. Agreed. But you know what the great thing is? We don't need them to build our toilets. You know why? Because we have robots. Now, here's what I suggest. We slowly make them, all the good workers kind of escape. Of course, these good workers think they deserve something. Of course they do. Everybody feels like they deserve something. Listen, there isn't enough money for everyone, okay, commoners? There's only enough money for us, the few, and for you fucking idiots to do what we want you to do.
I can't fill my swimming pool with money.
Exactly. You know, we need our swimming pool of money. Absolutely, old chap. Absolutely, old boy. You can't give us our money. We need our daily vacations. We only need to work. I despise working that one time a year. I do have to work. And that is work, looking at the paperwork of you commoners and putting the numbers together and more. You think it's easy cheating out millions of people? It's not. I have nightly unrest. Well said, I say, Cleo. Well said. So, commoners, stop complaining. Go back to work. Don't worry. Soon the robots will weave you out. And you will love it. That's what they're thinking.
But no, it makes complete sense. So, in my opinion, the system we're in is getting more and more competitive for the people up top as well as the bottom. Because now they're looking at how can we cut costs to make more money, because if they don't continually show that they make more money, their stock will go down. So any way they can weed out workers, any way they can replace an expense, it looks better on their balance sheets, and that's all they give a shit about. That's all they care about is what goes out versus what comes in.
I just after watching a couple of things, and I totally know you know what you're talking about when it comes to this stocks, but I truly believe that even stocks is controlled by an upper class, just because how they know when to get out. They know. They always know ahead of time. It's not like Amazon didn't know when stuff was about to happen. Like during the time of COVID, they knew. They just get information. They know things. And
oh yeah, dude. So Nancy Pelosi is one of the biggest crooks on Capitol Hill, and she buys and sells stock all the time, and she gets hundreds and hundreds of % gains. That's because they have insider knowledge, and it's not illegal for them to insider trade, but it's illegal for anybody else to insider trade.
Once again, commoners complaining. Listen, if you don't like it, simply don't play stocks, okay? Be glad that you even have a chance, you fucking... The last thing we need is peasants winning. Oh, here's the thing. You commoners keep complaining. Listen, I'm going to put it to you this simply. There isn't enough to go around, okay? And if everybody's a millionaire, who's going to make the toilets? Nobody. We need someone to make our toilets. We need our chefs. Not everyone's a Chef Ramsay.
But that's exactly it.
Yes, it's exactly
greed, and it's corporate greed.
You say greed, we say common sense. We say, how do you call yourself? Gains. Man, fuck that shit. Evil fucking people that are greedy. That's the whole problem. Really. And it's the truth. Is greed. If we could just stop being greedy, that would save so much.
But
not just
opinion,
lives.
There's 3 types of people in this world. There's the greedy, the greedier, and the greediest.
Wow, I like greedy. There are 3 types of people in this world. Hey, go ahead, buddy. Sounds like a great movie line, that one does. That sounds like a good shirt. That sounds like a great shirt. The greedier, the greediest, or however you put it. Man.
The greedy, the greedier, and the greediest.
Okay. And the greediest. Yeah, I like that. The greedy, the greedier, and the greediest. Remember that! Don't be any of them three. Fuck the greedy, fuck the greedier, and fuck the greediest, who's the top of the fucking food chain, just sucking us all like a vampire. We don't get any of the vampire powers. They get them all, just sucking us all dry. Wake up!
They are bleeding us all dry.
They are! And it's the worst thing is that's what I'm saying. I used to look at it as we were in a pot boiling, like in boiling water, like a frog in boiling water, whatever
Absolutely.
crap. That's what, but after you said the ship analogy, that's just changed. That just makes way more sense. We're all on a ship. Certain people get certain ships that don't have that many holes in there, okay? They get the little plugs, but a lot of us, the majority, are on ships with tons of holes, and you're just given a bucket and good luck to you, man, and just push you out into the ocean. Man, we need to come together to fix each other's plugs. I guess that is going to be, listen to me now, folks, this is the way we can defeat them. So we might not even have that long to be able to do this, but we have to unite with what they use against us, and that's the internet.
Exactly. And everyone has to stop looking at each other on the base level. They have to stop hating each other for really stupid ass reasons.
This is facts.
It's gotten so bad that everything is political. You can't utter a thought or even support a political candidate, which in my opinion at this point, supporting a political candidate is a joke. It's a system that doesn't work, and we're just laughing. We're literally just playing ourselves, putting faith in any one political party or person, because if it's someone who's truly for the people and you get them elected, guess what? They're not going to be able to do jack shit because everybody in that building doesn't give a fuck about the people. They give a fuck about their pocket.
And also, if they do somehow seem to survive, they won't survive. They will get, if they do seem somehow to even be alive, they'll get terminated.
Yeah,
they'll get terminated.
Change for too long, they'll just kill them.
So I mean, they will. I mean, I don't want to. I'm going to bring up Trump here, and then I don't really care, but it's the facts. But I mean, Trump is like, I'm not even saying Trump is the good to do all the whatever, because honestly, I don't know. That's the thing with all this stuff. I don't know. All I know is that I was backing up Trump, and I still do, because I see the stupid shit that's happening, and when the media is who are working for the globalists are sitting there hating on this guy, and they're trying to get him for a locker room statement that's 10 years old. You all already know my thoughts on this who watched the show, but that's kind of ridiculous. They had to go back 10 years to find something that he said. You can go look at other rich people yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
No. And I'm right there with you. The media hates him.
Yeah, and that's what that drew me, first of all, to maybe not liking him, but to definitely be like, all right, what's up? What are they hiding? And why don't they? And secondly, he was against Hillary, so that's, you know what I mean. Hey, man, you don't want. I'm not. Yeah.
And there was just no like. If you vote for Hillary, you're really a crazy person.
Yeah, you are crazy.
Absolutely clinically insane. But like for me, I've just lost all complete faith in politics in general. I really have.
I understand you on that front, but that's why I have never voted. That's right, folks. Never. Even, you know how I talk? I talk with my expression and my art. So, I really thought you voted for Trump. Never said I voted for Trump. All I said is that I backed the dude up. And I do. And I don't need to go on your little, I'm glad y'all think that your votes work, because they damn sure didn't last, and ain't no one gonna tell me that he didn't win last year. I'm sorry. Or that other, not last year, that recent one with Biden and him. No one's gonna tell me that he actually lost that. That was ridiculous. But whatever. I'm not even getting into that. We're not having that discussion. All I'm gonna say is, Trump, I've done music for him. I got some songs for him, or a song, and I talk some shows about him, backing him up. I'm not gonna go vote for anybody. Sorry, I don't even believe, honestly, that my vote counts. And honestly, it doesn't. The way I look at it.
Not after I saw all that shady stuff last year with lost ballots, or just people not being able to observe the counting of the ballots. Like, there's just so much shady stuff that goes on.
And that's another point. How they control everything. Every asset of our lives. And it all comes down to technology. this little thing that we are talking through right now, this phone, we have it with us all the time. It truly is our prison.
They program us with it.
And I can tell you, I hate saying this, but I'm honest. So there was one time that I didn't have my phone for 2-3 days. I tell you something, man. The first day, that was the weirdest day. Like, I felt like I was like, it was just weird.
You felt like something was missing.
Yeah, you just feel like a part of you is missing. Fuck that. The second day, what I did is I started thinking to myself, why am I so attached to this darn thing? Oh, that's right. Because back in the day, we knew our numbers by heart. If, the people that we could reach if something was to go wrong, whatever, anything like that. This thing does help you out in ways like if you need to go places, you could put it in the navigation, just go Google, do your thing, right? And
exactly. It has so many great benefits, but that's how they've got us.
But that's another point I want to get into real quick. Just real quick, it's off employment. But seriously, it is on employment. We need internet to get jobs nowadays. Why the fuck are we paying for the internet? Seriously. Hey, you want everybody. Listen, gaming uses internet. Everything is using internet. You need an internet to get a job, to hook your phone up, to do your updates and all your stupid little shit so you can keep controlling everybody. Why don't you stop making us pay buku's amount for internet? This is stupid. This is ridiculous.
It's just like the water bill.
Yeah, but my point is that the person who originally made the internet, who came up with this beautiful idea, it's the same person who came up with HARP. Not HARP, it wasn't called HARP before, but
you talking about CERN?
No, I'm talking about HARP. This machine that they have up in Alaska that they use to fucking play with the weather. Okay, that was a scientist who got killed because he didn't want to give the designs over to the government for this very reason. He wanted to use his invention to help people, to bring water to people that didn't have, to bring rain where there wasn't rain, so people could water their crops, have food or whatever. That was the idea. Then they changed that. Then they took that and they made money out of it and turned it into a weapon. It's the same thing they're doing right now with the internet. You might not think this is a weapon, but it is. It so is. It's silencing people. It's controlling your life. This whole machine stuff, whether you believe it, I dare you. Prove me wrong. 3 days without your phone. Lock it away. Tell me how you feel. Stop it. Stop being about yourself and oh no, not me. Put your phone away. Don't pretend it does not exist for 3 days.
I'll be honest, man. The most freeing year of my life, I was working at a really low-end job, but this was at a point in my life where I could not even afford my phone bill, and I just didn't pay for it. I was like, fuck it, I'll use it on the internet when I'm at the gym for my music. That's all I need it for.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing, bro. You don't even have it, but I get what you're saying. You weren't using it every day, but I'm saying seriously, 3 days, no phone, no technology. See how you are. See how you are. The first day you're going to be a little bit uneasy. The second day you're going to figure out. We're going to ask yourself, and this is going to be a normal phase. The second day for you is going to be, why are you feeling this way over an inanimate object? The third phase is going to be fixing what your reasoning is for that. For me, it was, I didn't have the people that I cared about, because back in the day, before all these phones, we used to remember numbers by heart. We had something called the phone book. We used to write it in there, things like that. Right now, everything has gone way past that. Everything is memorized in your phone. So I can't remember anybody's number right now. I'm just being real. I don't know Jacob's number. I just, what I do? Look up Jacob, push Jacob, and Jacob is called. So that's the way it is today. Okay, but if you really want to see how attached you are, do what I just told you. And it's a scary little process to see how attached, because I didn't think I was that attached to these things. But regardless, when it comes to all this stuff, the only way to go against it all, while we still have time, while we still have stuff like Rumble. Rumble's what got me back, because I swear, if I couldn't speak the way I wanted to speak on YouTube. That's why you have, seriously, I had one more strike against me. They gave me 2 strikes, and that's a lot of work I put in there. We've had Rumble for a while. I know that we're not going to have Rumble forever. I'm not deluded. Still, everything is going to be free as far as I'm going to start making a Patreon and everything like that. And we got a little bit of the show left. We're not going to stay too much longer, but I am going to say I didn't even mention about Jacob. You know, how he's a great person when it comes to stocks. So I know a lot of y'all might be like, oh, he's one of them stock guys. He's good. And he's going to teach you a lot about it. You just go to his place, Gadro's Gang, or the Shib Lord on YouTube. You can find him. And also he has another page called Gadro's Gains, because this dude definitely does get gains. And I'm talking about muscles. This guy is huge. He's a tank. And he could teach you how to be a tank too. And he does some pretty amazing stuff. But all that said, the only way that we can all go against this, make your page, seriously, and use the internet against them. We don't have YouTube. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to start speaking out against shit you can't stand for.
Seriously.
Stop allowing them to normalize absolute nonsense.
Yes. Stop making common sense illegal. I have another show that's coming up. I'm going to tell you it. It's going to be about 4 or 5 weeks down the road. It's why is that common sense is illegal. And trust me, there's going to be a lot in there y'all ain't going to like on this new age. And I don't really give a fuck. Alright? That's why I'm moving everything to Rumble. I'm glad. And once Rumble starts acting stupid, whatever, dude. I'm not even going to be surprised, dude. I'm not. Right now, I got a whole nother plan. You know my Extravagant Radio on YouTube. I never put money in it. Like, everything's been free. And they still shadow ban me. Once I backed up Alex Jones, boy, was I shadow banned. Trump was like the warning. Like, hey, what you doing? And after Alex Jones, that was the weirdest shit in my life that I've ever experienced trying to do a song. That's the only, go look up on there. Go look up on YouTube. You will see that's one of the only songs that doesn't have lyrics written at the bottom of it, because that was weird how they were going onto my non-internet ass house that doesn't have internet around here, and they were fucking with my, it never happened before, it never happened since. They were fucking with my movie media maker, bro. When I was trying to get the song and that's why I just said, nope, putting it up without the lyrics. You have no idea how many times I even had to get that over. The shit was acting crazy. Cannot explain it. Never happened before, never happened since. Alex Jones, when they were silencing people, people need to take a look at Alex Jones as a benchmark and a warning, because that right there, and he said, it's starting with me. It's starting with me, but it's going to get every one of you. And he was right. It's going to get all of us.
Yeah, if you speak out against whatever the narrative is, you will eventually be silenced. And you might even be silenced to the point where you don't even know you're silenced. Everyone just stops liking your stuff, and everyone just stops seeing your stuff, and you're out of nowhere, and you're like, what the hell happened? And it's been proven. YouTube shadow bans, Twitter before Elon Musk's ownership used to shadow ban a lot of people with views they did not agree with. The internet is definitely trying to be bought by big tech to push their narrative.
Absolutely.
That's why it was incredibly important when Elon Musk got Twitter away from the claws of the people who were just trying to push an agenda. Because that's all they were doing. They were just trying to mold the entire mass media to believe their narrative.
And that's the facts right there. And they're trying to make everybody believe that the internet is the masses. But if you go outside around yourself and talk and actually have dialogue with a lot of people, they don't agree with this nonsense. They don't agree with this nonsense. But it's the internet that we're on, and we're all watching YouTube. So of course they blast it on YouTube. You get all these videos on YouTube. If you don't even want to see the videos, they'll put it into your commercials. They'll put it into your fucking commercials, okay? They'll get it to you somehow. Okay? Well, it's in almost every product. It's in almost every movie. They will put their ideologies, whatever they want. They'll force it. They'll take out any goodness that is in anything and try and replace it right now with some pretty weird shit. Stuff that doesn't, like schools. We're not even getting into that today. Man, I'm getting way off topic here. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, okay, I guess we got a little off topic, but at the same time, it all revolves around the same deal, because it's all about control. Yeah. They control you through money via your employer.
We need, sadly, and I said it before, I hate money, but it's for, at this point in time, it's a necessary evil. Even if you wanted to go, you're not even allowed to go live out in the woods by yourself anymore. So that whole thing is scratched. You're in a couple of years not even allowed to farm on your own land anymore.
Oh yeah, they're gonna take away your ability to grow food.
It's your own house. I need y'all to really let that marinate in your brain for a second. I know y'all, ain't nobody taking my garden. Go ahead, Miss whatever your name is, Miss Johnson. You go ahead. your little garden full of vegetables. You tell the government they ain't coming, and when they come out there and start plucking it, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna have no more guns because they're gonna come for those. And they're trying that hard. Yeah. But that, look.
Well, with the guns, it's incremental. They're just trying to slowly ban everything.
Yes.
To where you can't own shit.
So we can't defend ourselves against the rat. I'm not even gonna get into that. All I'm gonna say is, folks, and we're gonna cut it a little bit after this, unless he has something, the last things he will say. They are not the majority. We are. They're using the internet against us. We need to wake up. That's why stuff like Rumble's being created and things like that, because they are not the majority. There are people that are fighting back. I don't know what happened to Anonymous. Guess got R.I.P. because I truly believe they got him, and that's a sad loss. But as far as employment, dudes, the good workers out there, and I'm only to you non-ethical workers, go fuck yourselves, dude. Y'all make us who work hard. You make us work harder than we would honestly have to if you would just pull your own weight. But I don't even blame y'all. I blame the boss, because the bosses are the bitch. And I tell you what, you keep treating your workers like that, eventually everyone's just going to go down the same road and just not work hard. And I know y'all, we'll just get robots in there. That's your big plan. Fair enough. We'll see where this goes, because eventually, all I know is eventually, you keep stabbing the beehive and the hornet's nest, they're all going. Eventually, there's going to be a civil war. That's all. I'm not saying that and I know that's honestly in their end goal. That's what they want, is a civil war. I mean, that's to me is obvious. If you don't see that, they're trying to make everybody hate each other. This is ridiculous. Look at, you're upset when you go to work. Why? Because you're not making enough. It's a genius plan. It's slow boiling everybody. It's just like you don't even realize it's happening, and you're
grinding them down.
Dude,
you're grinding them down to the point of hopelessness.
It is, and it's working miraculously. Any part of God, you just take that away, get them further away from God, so they don't even believe in Him anymore. They're not calling for His help anymore. It's just, it's a genius plan to just kind of make God seem like, look, if He was real, why would this? And that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. And I'm just gonna crush anyone who says if God was real, why is that? If God was real, why is that? You fucking idiot! It's not His fault. We're the ones that have the right to do what we want to do. If it's anybody's fault, it's ours. We are the ones that are greedy. We don't need to be. It's humans' faults that all this is happening. But don't worry, when it comes to the war and starting to have World War III and everybody want to start having their little dick size contests with each other, Mother Nature's going to tell everybody to shut the fuck up. We are the new Atlantis. And as far as I'm concerned, that's all I got to say on this fucking show. And for all you good workers, you rock. Try and keep it up. Try. But honestly, keep moving employment. Don't put that thought in your head, because they love doing that. Oh, we're just looking for people that stick with employment. Don't nobody need to stick with employment when you're not getting paid what the fuck you deserve. You move the fuck on. Work your heart. I say, work hard. Do what you gotta do. Move on. And eventually, hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, you will find someone that will respect you for the work you do. You might not, but don't change your ethics for it. I'm telling you, don't change your ethics for it. That's my opinion. I move up the ladder by moving jobs, whatever you gotta do. Don't stay in that one job if you're not happy. Move until you find something you like. I don't care. If you're not happy, move. That's how they're controlling you, is with depression and with all this shit, and they make you just go, oh, I'll go sit and watch a movie to calm down. It's not. It's just more molding. You're just in front of you're in front of that fucking, listen, LCD. Do you know what that is? Liquid crystal screen. Okay? That's what that is. It is a liquid crystal. You're looking at a crystal. Okay? That's what, it's a black crystal that everyone's just looking at their phones. It's everybody just, you don't even realize it. It's another discussion for another day.
And if you don't think it's addicting, just look at the kids who are having these devices in their hands from birth, basically. And if you take that device away from that child, you would think you shot the kid.
It's a mental breakdown. And I'm telling you,
it's a mental breakdown.
And the mental scary, the scary thing is about all of that you just mentioned is that in the future, they're already molding it. Can't you see the steps? In the future, they're going to say that if you take that thing away from that child, you're abusing that child. When the fact is, you're abusing that child by giving it that thing. You're not letting that child experience life. You're not taking care of it. The only reason you're giving it that thing is because you don't want to take care of it yourself and experience the life, right? That's what it is. I mean, we're too busy. We're too busy. And later on, we're going to get to the conversation of, are you parents really? I mean, who's really raising your kids? Who is? Are you? Are you really? Or is it the school? Do you know what's going on in your school? Because you only have your kids for the weekend. The way I view it, realistically, unless you're doing homeschooling for your kids, unless you're doing that, props off to anyone doing that. You're awesome. To those that ain't, who have their kids in public schools and all this, you're not raising your kids. The school's raising your kids. They have your kids 90% of the day. By the time you get them, you're feeding them and they're going to bed to get ready to go back to fucking brainwashing school. Okay? Period. So they're gonna be following. They have things going on in school that they have now had, like, kids apparently put some cameras on and to show parents what's been going on in schools because parents wouldn't believe it. And it's been on Louder with Crowder. You can see it. Go watch Louder with Crowder. Go look it up on the internet. I swear. There's teachers that are like saying, you know what, the school policy is they can be what they want while they're at school. So if they're feeling like a female, they can dress like a female. And then before they go home, they go dress back up like a male. And you don't tell your parents. What is this shit? I'm telling you, the brainwashing is happening. Everyone needs to come together, wake up, and stop the bullshittery. I mean, come on, dude. Just stop being asleep to the shit. We have to wake up and see the truth. I'm done. I got to save some of this stuff for other topics. Go ahead. Say, Jacob is on the line, folks. He's got some stuff he's going to tell you. And then that's pretty much going to be the show. It's good to be back, though. I'll say that. It's good to be back. Hi, Rumble. Thank you, Rumble, for now. Thank you.
The only thing that I have really left to say on the topic of employment is if you are an employee, if you are a young or an old employee, if you've been in the work.
Say that again. You're breaking up. Please.
Hello, testing. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello?
Now I hear you. Go ahead.
All right. I was saying, what I said was, if you're in the workforce, if you're a young employee or if you're an old employee, this entire system is not going to support us when we try to retire. Social Security won't be there for the majority of people my age. I'm 25 years old, just so y'all know. But what I would recommend to everyone who is in the workforce, I would recommend you do this. Start putting money aside to buy something that, like a business or something that will make you money. Because no one's going to be there at the end of the day to hold your hand through retirement like our parents, because our parents got pension plans, our parents got Social Security. What's going to happen to you is they're going to say, what do you mean you can't retire? Are you poor? And you're going to say, yes, I'm poor because I'm part of the working class. So the only way you can get the fuck out of this is by putting a lot of money aside, even if it's a little bit at a time. You have to lower your life expectations now to get a better future. Because what they're trying to do is get us to the point where we will never be able to stop working at all. They want us to work until we drop, because that's how they make the most money off of us. So my recommendation, if you're in the workforce right now, try and get the fuck out as fast as you can by owning stocks, by owning real estate, by owning a business. And I know it might sound hard and impossible, but that's what they want. They don't want you to even try, so you stay a slave for the rest of your life. But you can get out. Don't listen to people telling you that you can't get out, because anything is possible. But yeah, don't rely on that company to take care of you when you're done, when your working years are done, because they're not going to do shit for you. But that's all I really got to say.
Wow. Well said, and well said. Trust me. Wow, that was well said. I love the way you ended that. Man, that sounded so wise. Wiser than the host. Damn it. I got one too. Hold on. Yeah. Work hard and be wise and fortune cookie shit. Okay. Darn it. Fuck you, Jacob. Darn, that was good. All right. But whatever. It's not fair. I'm not into stocks and stuff. Why am he's getting me into it, but whatever. But being wise about it. So, all things said, I think this was a good show. I get a little hype. Next week's show, though. Oh, folks. Got a song also. I don't know if that's coming up first, and then this, or this, and the song, regardless, doesn't matter what order, is coming out on the same day. Feels good to be back. YouTube, I know I'm not going to be back on here long. And I'm already preparing for it. So, Don't worry, folks. You know how it is here at Extravagant Radio. It's free. You shouldn't have any commercials. If you do, please let me know, because I'm going to fucking deal with whoever the fuck is going to be. Because, yeah, I ain't supposed to be having no fucking commercials unless I'm getting paid. I don't know what the fuck is going on. No, fuck that. There better not be any commercials on my shit. Anyway, sorry. Patreon and stuff. When as soon as that's made, I'll put it down in the link below. I haven't made one yet. I am going to, and there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming down the corner. So maybe if you like the show, you can like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to. Comments down below, everyone, on how you feel about the workforce today. Are you traumatized? Like, clearly I am. I'm admittedly traumatized by the shit that's going on. And I can't believe it that no matter how hard you work, you get paid the same amount as someone who does nothing. I'm traumatized. Absolutely traumatized. But I guess everybody has to be, equal, right? And equally fucked and equally, it's so genius plan. Oh, these guys at the top. Oh, they're when you really go back and you view out, you see their work and you see their mind and you just see the way they think. It's diabolical, but oh boy, it's, anyway, that's the show, folks. Thanks to Jacob for being on. Please, Jacob, before you go, give them some places they can find you, you wise smartass. Woo!
Yeah, so right now the best places to find me is YouTube. I got 2 channels. My personal channel, which is Gadro's Gains. That's got some videos of lifting on there. It's got some videos of some gameplay.
Learn to get big with Gadro's Gains. Yeah, come on.
Then the second channel I'm working on right now, it's a
high-class channel.
Focused.
High-class channel. Go ahead.
Yes, on Shiba Inu coin, but it's going to slowly morph into more of a direct finance channel. You'd find on there how I turned about 3,000 into over 20,000 in a couple of days. You'll also find on there some data on Shiba Inu coin, but that's where you can find me, Gadro's Gains and the Shib Lord on YouTube.
The Shib Lord. Once again, folks, you can find him if you want to get bigger and get masses on Gadro's Gains. Come, GADROWSGAINS. And of course, if you're high class and want to learn to save money and get into stocks, then you're going to have to go into the one and only The Shib Lord. And do take a look at this, because these are some mind-blowing videos that could get you rich. But that's the show for today. I'm your host, DJ Booyaka. Thank you. It was an honor to have you, Jacob, on the show. You're awesome. You rock. And do continue to do what you're doing. And he's always trying to be positive and teaching and trying to spread love. Listen to this man. We need more of him in this world. We need more light. I know that sometimes I get a little depressing on my show, but don't worry. There are good things coming around the corner. And with all that said, thanks for listening. This is
To the Extravagant Radio.
Praise the Lord and the Creator. Many blessings to everyone.